Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Rachel and right now I'm in the middle of a pantry challenge. So for this particular video, it's going to be shelf-stable meals, meals that you can make directly from pulling like cans of stuff off of your shelf. I'm gonna try my hardest to use one burner, but I might have to use two, like if you're in an emergency situation. But I want to thank Jennica from Dishing Delights for doing this collab with me. This is super exciting. I watched Jennica before I had a YouTube channel, so this is super exciting to be able to do this collab. But in my video today, I'm also going to be touching on snacks because I have 4 kids and kids love to snack. So this is also going to be shelf-stable snacks and meals. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. I'm gonna leave a link for Jennica's video down below in the description box. You can stop over there, say hey, subscribe, support her. Okay, for this first recipe, it's going to be a snack and I am going to make protein balls. So the first thing we're gonna need is 3 cups of oats. This would probably be best with quick cooking oats, but I have old-fashioned oats that I've been trying to use up for a really long time, and so that's what I make these out of. Nobody's ever complained that these are too chewy or anything, so that's just what I use until all of these are gone. Okay, next is going to be a 1/2 cup of honey. All right, 1 cup of peanut butter. Next is going to be 1/3 cup of chocolate chips. I just dump some in and see if it looks good. So instead of regular chocolate chips, I'm going to use these Heath chocolate chips that I had left over from the holidays. Alright, next is 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. This is all combined well. Now I'm going to start rolling it into balls, but you want them about that big. It's probably like 2 inches diameter, maybe a little bit bigger. And here's the finished product with those protein balls. I got 12 of them and then 1 little leftover bit. Probably Paisley will have that for snack in a little bit. So that is how you make the first shelf-stable snack. Today is Sunday, January 16th, and I am making a shelf-stable meal. So this is going to be kind of a sloppy Joe type skillet. I don't really know what to call it, but I canned sloppy Joe mixture yesterday, and this is the jar that didn't seal. So normally this would be a shelf-stable meal, but I have to use this one because it didn't seal. So there's that. And then in the sloppy Joe mixture, I'm going to add cheese sauce to make it like a cheesy, creamy sloppy Joe mixture. And then to go with it, I'm going to make skillet bread. The skillet bread calls for milk, which I'm going to use powdered milk, reconstituted, and then it calls for butter, and for the butter I'm going to use bacon grease. So skillet bread, sloppy Joe soup type mixture, and that's what's for dinner. Okay, so I'm starting here with 2 cups of flour. Then it calls for 4 teaspoons of baking powder.
I've seen those
Calls for 2 teaspoons of salt.
but you ain't gazing on someone in denial, 'cause you want down.
And then 1 1/4 cup of milk. So I already have here my 1 1/4 cup of water. I'm going to put 1/4 cup and 1/2 a tablespoon in to reconstitute my milk. No, 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon. This is a 1/2 tablespoon measuring spoon. Okay. And then it says mix dry ingredients, add milk, stir until spongy. Okay. Mix these up.
And filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now, and don't let your eyes off the prize. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down.
Okay, now when it calls for the butter is to heat it in a skillet so it's melted, so that becomes like the non-stick layer of the skillet, and it will give the skillet bread a nice crust. So like I said, instead of the butter I'm going to use bacon grease. Okay, so that batter looks spongy to me. So I will come over to the stove. Okay, so here's my skillet. I would say it's probably a 10-inch skillet. I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of fat. It says keep heat low, do not brown the butter, which my grease would just start smoking. So I'm going to keep it on like a medium low, like my stove says 3.5. It says cook 15 minutes or until golden on the bottom, and then flip with a large spatula and cook for 15 more minutes. So I will bring you back when I pour the batter in. Alrighty, my bacon grease is melted and coating the bottom of the skillet nicely. So I'm going to pour this batter in.
You can make it too. You can make it.
So I'm just gonna let it do its thing for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, to this pot over here, I'm gonna pour in my jar of sloppy Joe mixture.
My life was great till you added colors.
Alright, so I'm gonna turn that burner on to medium. Okay, as you can see, the bread is starting to bubble. And if I remember right, that's what you want, because that's how you know it's getting hot enough to brown.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Alright, my bread still has 5 more minutes on this side. Apparently I had the heat up way too high. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Oh, crap. So, it's not burnt, just toasty. It's like a giant pancake. Okay, so, sorry to be like moving you guys around. I just tried the sloppy Joe mixture, and it's really good. It almost tastes like a cheeseburger soup, but it's really Velveeta-y. So I'm gonna add another quart of the sloppy Joe mixture. All right, I went and got another quart of the mixture. Get that lid off. Whoa. It comes out a lot easier when it's not cold. All right, yep, I just went and got this off my pantry shelf. That's looking really good. Have you guys canned anything like this, like a meal in a jar? Let me know in the comments what your favorite one is. I'm really excited to try new canning recipes this year, so it'll be cool. I usually only can ingredients for meals, but this is cool. Pretty handy when I don't feel good to just have this ready to go. So I flipped it, and that's what it looked like after I flipped. Looks delicious, smells good. I think tonight I'm just gonna let everybody dish themselves up like a buffet. So I will put this over here. This turned out good. Almost like a chili dog chili type consistency, I guess. Let's see what the middle looks like. It's not crunchy. That's what it looks like in the middle. I probably could have cooked it a little bit longer on this side, but I didn't want it to burn. And that is a shelf-stable meal. And I used 2 burners. You could only use one if you wanted to heat this up, move it off to the side, and then cook your bread. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. For dinner we are making burrito bowls. So for my shelf-stable items, I have TVP, which is textured vegetable protein. If you've never used this, it has like a meaty texture, so I'm using this in place of ground beef. I have cooked this for my family before. Usually I mix it half and half with ground beef, but this time I'm just gonna make it on its own. So in order, this is, I think, freeze-dried, but in order to reconstitute it, I'm going to soak it all day in some beef broth. So normally, if I didn't have this open in the fridge, I would just use water. I don't even worry about like the flavoring, but I need to get this used up. And also, since I'm not mixing it with the ground beef, this will help flavor it as ground beef. So that's what I'm gonna get started with right now. It is early. I usually try to soak this about 12 hours, for about 12 hours before I need to use it. So I'm going to do 2 cups of this. And I find my TVP at Winco in the bulk section. I know that you can get it online, probably through, I think it's called Thrive Market, where people are getting their like long-term food store stuff from, but I know you can also get it through Emergency Essentials also, which is also another brand to get freeze-dried foods. But like I said, normally I would just use water. I'm only using this because I already had it and it needs to be used. So that was a pint of beef broth. I'm gonna fill it back up with a pint of water and pour that in and let it soak. Okay, my first step to the burrito bowls is done. I don't have to do anything to this except for soak it for the rest of the day. Okay, I think I left out the part where I wanted to talk about I buy TVP to stretch our ground beef further, because TVP I think was $1.29 or $1.49 a pound. Right now ground beef around us is $3.99 a pound. And for a meal for a family of 6 with 3 teenagers, we use 2 pounds of ground beef per meal. So that's why I use TVP instead of, or in addition to ground beef. I just want to stretch it further is all. So that's that. So I'm going to start by cooking my rice. I am going to be using this Mexican bouillon. I found it at the grocery outlet, so I have no idea if you can find it anymore. It's by McCormick. It smells like cumin and chili powder. So I'm also going to add 2 cups of white rice. Next I'm going to add in 3 cups of water and 3. And I'm going to turn that on to high, let it start boiling, and then I'm going to turn it way down to low and just let it simmer covered until it's absorbed all the water. Now, for the TVP, you can see how much liquid it's absorbed, and there is still some liquid in there, right? But this has gotten way bigger too. It's probably doubled in size. So I'm gonna go drain off all the liquid. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna cook it up. I'm gonna turn my burner on to like medium high, 7.5. I'm gonna add a little bit of my bacon grease because there needs to be fat so it doesn't stick to the pan. Probably about a tablespoon. Then wait for that to melt down a little bit. Alright, so it's mostly cooked down. Add in my TVP. There's still a slight bit of liquid in there that I didn't want to press it a lot. I'm going to let that warm up, and then I'm going to season it up. Now while we're waiting for that to start heating, to this third pan that don't have on burner yet, I'm going to add the Velveeta cheese. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And start adding in my taco seasoning. I just put however much in there that looks good. I don't measure the taco seasoning. Alright, the rice is going, so I'm going to turn it down to low. Put the lid on. Take a can of corn over to the sink and a home canned jar of black beans. I'm going to drain and rinse the beans and drain the corn, and then I'm going to add that to the taco meat. I'm going to add the corn and beans. Mix that up, and then I'm probably going to add even more taco seasoning. That actually came together really quick because we didn't have to cook the meat. Now to put on top of our taco balls, I have some salsa that's in the fridge because it's already been opened, but that is a shelf-stable item. It stays on the shelf for probably years before going bad. So we're going to use some salsa, and I've got some olives, and then we're going to put the cheese over the top like a drizzle of cheese. And the kids might also get out the taco sauce, which I think we have packets from Taco Bell, which are shelf stable, or just a jar of Tapatio or whatever. For my topping, I got out the cowboy candy tomatoes that my mom gave me. I have been eating these all day. I ate quite a bit of them. I'm probably going to pay for that, but that's what I'm going to put on top of my taco bowl. So that's what it looks like, and I'll bring you back when the rice is done. Alright, I just tasted this, and it is soaking up the flavor, so I'm adding more taco seasoning. And it looks like the rice is just about done, so I'm going to open that up and stir it, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. Let's get give that a try.
When we wake,
Pretty good.
hear the birds and see the sun.
Alright, I got the cheese sauce on.
Satisfied, our fears are done.
I'm gonna heat it pretty low at like
Oh, the
1.5.
good times just begun.
And I'm just gonna stir it around until it gets a consistency that I like.
What we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are
The next night we had breakfast for dinner. Here I am just rinsing off some water glassed eggs, and with these eggs I just made scrambled eggs because once you water glass eggs the yolks get pretty runny. But this is the first time I've ever water glassed eggs and they held up beautifully. These eggs are about 4 to 5 months old and they just tasted like regular eggs. It was awesome.
before I sleep. Hear the crickets, see the moon.
Next, I'm going to cut some Spam into strips and fry it up like sausage rounds, kind of. And once again, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't tried Spam, you should. If you fry it up crispy or even like just before crispy, it's so good. It's probably not the best thing for you, but this is definitely one of my favorite shelf-stable meats. That along with canned chicken.
Future is bright.
I'm placing my Spam into a cast iron skillet. It's gonna fry up in there. I have like just the lightest coating of grease on the bottom because I don't usually wash my cast iron. But I do put a little bit of bacon grease in here to help it kind of crisp up because for some reason, I don't know if they changed the recipe for Spam or what, but lately there has not been very much fat rendering off as there used to be. So I do add a little bit of fat. Alright, to go along with the Spam, we've got some good old Krusteaz buttermilk pancake mix, and we just add water to this. So if you haven't guessed, tonight for dinner I am making breakfast. We are frying up some Spam patties, kind of like sausage, nice and crispy. We're gonna have some pancakes, and we're gonna have some scrambled eggs out of those water glass eggs. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now, but it is mat club for 2 kids and wrestling practice for 1 kid, so we all kind of eat at different times on Tuesdays. But I just thought this is a shelf-stable meal, and I'll show you what I do with it.
That our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there.
Okay, so I made this recipe, or this ratio, for the pancakes. 1 1/3 cup water, 2 cups mix. It's supposed to make 12 to 14 4-inch pancakes. However, that is only 3 cups of pancake mix, and my family will eat far more than that. So I'm going to double that up, and then finish frying this up, start the pancakes, and so that's what I'm gonna have done before we go to Mat Club. And Paisley and I will eat that and some eggs. And then when we get home from Mat Club, the rest of the kids will eat this and some scrambled eggs. So that is how we are handling dinner tonight. But like I said, I'm gonna have to double this amount.
And I wanna take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just
water-flossed eggs into this bowl. As you can see, 2 of the yolks were runny, and 1 yolk looks like it might have been okay as a fried egg, maybe. To go on our pancakes, we are having butter off the counter and some syrup. So that is what's for dinner. I'm going to add some freeze-dried green onions to the eggs and some salt and pepper before I cook them up.
You've seen all the things, all the places. I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart. I hope I'll be your
Alright, here's what the plate looks like before syrup. This is Wyatt's plate. He said he can't remember if he likes Spam or not, and he's already complaining about the green onions and the eggs, so that's what I get. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you're new here, welcome. I, as you could see in the video, post a lot of similar content to Jennica, but I am also taking you guys on the journey of like urban homesteading kind of. So I hope you stick around, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. It really helps my channel out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks again to Jennica from Dishing Delights. Her video link will be down in the description box below. Tell her I sent you, and you guys have a great week. See you in the next video.